Oh, I think sending data, so I think we're running. Unless I need to. Ah! Okay, there we go. Oh, that's. Oh, I see. That's how that works. Okay, so I need to start up that thing and then. Ah. Okay, now I'm just gonna. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Here we go. Might check a minute for the thingy to detect it's working. But I think we should be good now. I think, quote unquote. But yeah, at any rate, we should be good now. I hope. Now I just want to check for chats. Anyone said anything? I can't tell. Let's see here. Okay, so. Okay, well, I mean. Okay, so let's see here. Restream. So let's see here. Are we running? Live with. Aha. Okay, so it seems like it's working from what I can see. Okay, well. Okay. I can't tell if this thing is working. That's the thing. It's a bit weird. Let's see. Wait, am I on the wrong thing? Hold on. That's a bit weird. I mean, let me see. Something. It should be working, quote unquote. Let's see. Okay, so. Okay. Okay, so it is live. That's from what I can see. Oh, it's. Honestly, I don't get. Oh! Okay, well, that's weird. $6,800. Yes, thank you. Okay, are we running? I can't tell. Okay, I think we're running. I hope. Yeah, it seems that it worked. Ellipsis. I am not sure exactly. For those that can't find it, yeah, but weird. I didn't get a notification of my thingy. What do you call it? That's new. But 6,800, huh? Well, let's fix that. So 6,800, you said, huh? Let's see. Oh, I can't. I can't modify it on the fly. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate, but I know about that. I will work on that. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna give you like let me think. About 5 minutes, give or take, just to get everyone in. I'm not sure why the YouTube notification didn't go out. I literally am not sure. Let me just check if. Let me see. Okay, so that seems to have gone through. That's kind of weird. Why? What? No. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I think we're running. I think. Quote unquote. Just want to do a sound check. Can you guys hear me? What's going on? Things like that. Okay, so at least. Okay, boys, so we're running. Let me just check. 6800. Okay, thank you, thingy. I just need to remember that I need to actually set up the thing in Restream, and then that'll pop to YouTube. Okay, so I just need to remember that. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. But yeah, like I said, so I'll be right back. I just need to pop out for a second. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. And ladies and gentlemen, I am back. So let's see, while I was gone, what did I miss? Yes. Ah, okay. Thank you, Lydia. I just noticed that now. Good. So everything is working. Thank God for that. It's about time I did something right. After recent events, I was a bit worried, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna very quickly grab a drink. Perfect. So this is now working. Oh yes. I can see what you guys are saying. Good. So okay. So it looks like we have people here, and I guess we may as well get to it. Now, just out of curiosity, what's visible on the display, if anything? It should be showing the YouTube Studio live stream thing, whatever. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't really tell what's visible on the display. I'm just a bit shaken because I was yeah, anyway. Yes. So okay. So let's see here. Okay, boys. So we're just gonna hide this because I no longer need OBS to be shown like so. And okay, so oh, hello, Helen. I just saw you there. Welcome to the stream, and I guess we may as well get started. So As I said in the description, what the plan is for today, I won't be flying. For those that came here for that, I will tell you that that will not be happening today. That's not part of the tutorial. However, what I will do is kind of what you might call a beginning tutorial type thing. Basically, I'm gonna kind of show you where you can, get started and how to basically get started with MSFS and kind of the settings that you may need, like kind of options and what the system requirements are for it. And I will point out right now that basically it's like this. Why am I not seeing? Oh, there we go. Oh, that's how I get to that. I see. Interesting. Huh. Oh, so that's how I get there. Okay. So first of all, I'll start out with the system requirements. Right now, I have heard of people saying, rumors about MSFS being like this huge thing that requires like 32 gigs or like 64 gigs of RAM and God only knows how much. But like this is not true. Like I'm going to open up my system info right now by inserting the command msinfo32, and I'm going to go to my processor, which I will tell you this now. My processor is an Intel i7 with 6 cores, and it runs MSFS just fine. Lags in places, that's true, but it runs it. Not that much of a problem. Now, as for the graphics card, I'll show you now. So if I go to, where is it? No, not there. Crap. Not there. Not there. Oh, damn. Give me a second, guys. I'm having a bit of a... So, display. Here we go. Why is it lagging? What's up with it? What's going on? Here we go. Why? Huh? What the? That can't be right. What? Oh, this is weird. Anyway, I have as I don't know why it's lagging. It's weird. Weird. Oh wait, maybe I have to go past this list to actually get anywhere. Oh, what is this? Oh, whatever. Anyway, it's an NVIDIA 2070, which should quote unquote so yeah, this should be running now. I have an NVIDIA 2070, which is more than enough for MSFS to run on high-end. What do you call it? Yeah, high-end system. Like it's enough for the sim itself to run on like high-end graphics, and that's saying something. Like MSFS isn't per par, as I've said to people that have asked me about it. Like what are the differences, and what would I need? So I guess less talk and more action. So we're just gonna load into this now. What I will tell you guys is I got the Steam version simply because I didn't want to bother myself with things like, like the Microsoft Store, and, well, we know how that is. Plus, that would have generated a whole bunch of, I don't know. I just didn't want to bother myself with it. So you can get it off Steam. Just search Microsoft Flight Simulator, and personally speaking, I was toying with the idea of getting the Premium Deluxe version, but you don't actually need that. Like, it's not really that necessary. So I got the standard priced at about €70, give or take, I think it was. Yeah, about there. So without further ado, we're going to launch this. And yeah, this will take a while. So we may as well sit back, relax, and enjoy the logos and whatever else that will be coming up within a second. There we go. We should be running now. Hopefully nothing breaks on me. That would be not too good. Initial startup is always the slowest. And there we go. Perfect. Now we're rolling. Now we have stuff. And is it only me or like that? I kind of like this music. Some people say they like the second theme, but I prefer this one. I don't know why. It just seems
51%.
calmer. Now, narration is speaking to me now because I actually set it up, and I will show you exactly what you need to set up. And I won't be talking an awful lot in this stream because MSFS might have its problems, but it uses something called Let Games Read to Me in the Xbox companion app, which actually narrates pretty much everything, apart from, you know, well, it narrates everything, but the problem is it's slow. So you can't rapid fire through menus like you're, you know. But yeah, let me just check chat while this is loading, because, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, let's see. Ooh. Oh, things are going well, I think. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that I just need to check something. I can't believe that that's weird. I need to change that in the thingy. I don't know why. Anyway. That's weird. I don't know why it... I still need to mess around with thingies. What do you call them? Oh, right. Yeah, I still need to mess around with the restream and figure out how I'm going to switch on the gaming thing. Because right now it's an entertainment thing, which is false. Because, yeah. I just need to figure out a bunch of stuff. Just don't mind me. Just, yeah. It's currently loading up, so I can talk freely. Well, like I said, it...
Loading, please wait. 52%.
While this thing works, I will be right back once more, and don't be surprised if you hear something saying FS Realistic Connected. I will go into all that and what each add-on does, and things like that. But until then, I'll be right back.
Loading, please wait. 54%. Loading, please wait. 56%.
Realistic connecting.
Loading, please wait. 56%. Loading, please wait. 72%. Loading, please wait. 72%. Loading, please wait. 73%. Loading, please wait. 75%. Loading, please wait. 80%. Loading please wait. 84%. Loading please wait. 85%. Welcome menu. Page 1 of 3.
Ah,
Press ESC
perfect.
to quit to desktop. Press
Perfect.
tab to read support and release
And
notes.
I'm just back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just check our chats, see what we have, if anything. I'm just gonna get rid of FS Realistic because we don't need it at the moment. So, let's see. Let's see here. Oh yeah, right. Aha, perfect. So, we are gonna...
Yes.
Now, MSFS has this
Are
thing
you sure
where,
you want to exit Flight Simulator? Below are
where
two buttons.
it will not
Yes.
literally...
2.
It
No.
It literally will not like let you interact with anything until you hit escape and then press enter on no.
Marketplace.
So here we go.
Button 3 of 5.
So now,
Now activate flight training. Button discovery welcome. Button.
so
currently
now,
highlighted discovery flights.
shh,
Button 1 of 5.
quiet.
Enjoy an easy airborne flight around iconic and beautiful locations.
Okay, so let me explain
ESC to
what
quit to
what this
desktop.
is.
Press tab
I'll
to read
just let
support
it.
and release
I'll
notes.
just have it finish reading. So what this is what's known as the welcome menu. You'll see that every time you launch the sim, and in this menu, we'll take it thingy by thingy. So MSFS operates on this. I don't exactly know what to call it. It's this kind of columned menu is the best way I can describe it because I don't exactly know how it does it, but basically the keys to interact with it are the up, down, left, and right arrows. Now I'm not exactly sure how this menu is laid out in like other places, but basically, so we're now on the welcome menu, and you can hit that anytime to get back into this, or you can just hit escape.
Profile.
Next, we
Button.
have profile, which I'm not exactly sure what it does,
Options.
and then options, where you know we do a bunch of stuff, which I will demonstrate in a minute.
Notifications.
And then notifications, of course, and
Social panel.
the social
Button.
panel, which...
Select to access notifications, multiplayer server options, friend list, any active groups, or a list of recent players.
So yeah, that's... narration will be doing most of the reading and talking today. But let me just check chats. What have we got? Let's see. Oh, right, yeah. By the way, sorry for the English viewers who can't understand what's going on around here, but I will do my best to translate when I can. But yeah, basically, so let's get started. So the minute you launch MSFS for the first time, you will be asked if you want to configure accessibility settings. So that, I believe, is where we should go first. So to access that,
Notifications.
we'll go
Options.
to here,
Button. Options menu.
and as you can
Page
hear,
3 of 3. Currently highlighted. General options. Button 1 of 3. Press ESC to go back.
so
Assistance options. Button 2 of 3. Press ES. Controls options. Button 3 of 3.
okay, so
Press
we'll
ESC
take
to go
this
back.
one at a time. So
Assistance
we'll deal with
general
all
options.
three in a minute.
General
So
options screen. Graphics.
what we're looking
Button.
for
Use right stick up. Sound.
is
Traffic. Data.
accessibility,
Flight model.
which should be
Miscellaneous button.
right
Accessibility.
about here.
Button.
There we go. So we
Use
hit
right
enter
stick up and down to
initially to
scroll the
select it, and then it's
Press ESC to
it's
go
like a
back.
tree view.
Press F12
So we
to
go
reset
in
to defaults.
here.
Press enter to validate.
Yeah, let's have that read.
Interface scale.
So
100. Slider. Adjust the scale of the user interface in menu screens. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press
well,
ESC to go back.
it's
Press
configured for
F12 to reset to defaults.
Xbox. So
Press =/ sign to adjust current option. Press enter to validate.
okay, so I'll basically so what I don't exactly know what this does, but for us blindies, the most important option is down below.
Cockpit interaction system. Lock. List with 2 values. Adjust how to interact with cockpit instruments. Legacy mode is the original control system intended exclusively for mouse users. Lock mode is a universal control system available for a variety of peripherals, including controllers, keyboard, and joysticks. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
So yeah, basically that's
Press ESC to go back.
that's kind of
Press
the
F12 to reset to
cockpit
defaults. Press =/ -/ to adjust
interaction,
current
I guess
option.
you might call it.
Press enter to
I
validate.
don't exactly know what that does. I left that alone.
Menu tooltips. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether to display a tooltip if the currently selected UI element contains text that doesn't fit on screen. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
I personally turned that off.
Press ESC to go. Instrument name tooltips. Off. List with 3 values. Adjust whether to display the name of each cockpit instrument when moving the cursor over them during a flight. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Now,
Instrument description tooltips. Off. List with 3 values. Adjust whether to display a short description of each cockpit instrument when moving the cursor over them during a flight. Use right stick up and background opacity. 20. Slider. Adjust the level of background transparency in the user interface. Use right stick up
I
and down
didn't
to
mess with
scroll the
that
section.
much.
Main color. Default.
That,
List with 8
yeah.
values. Adjust the default color of the user interface including high contrast and color vision deficiency options. Use right stick up and menu animations. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether background animation effects are active in menu screens. Use right stick up and skip pre-flight cinematics. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether to play cinematics at the start of each flight from the cockpit camera. If set to off, pre-flight cinematics will be shown from external cameras. Use right stick up and down to controller vibration. 100. Slider.
so yeah,
Adjust whether
that's...
vibration effects are active in supported controllers. Use right stick up and D-pad menu navigation. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether D-pad can be used to navigate menus in the user interface.
Oh yeah,
Note that
well...
this feature is in development. Use right stick up and cursor acceleration. 7. Cursor max speed. 7.
So yeah, that's...
Adjust the maximum movement speed of the cursor if using an Xbox controller. Note that this option does not affect using a mouse. Use right stick up and cursor acceleration.
Yeah,
7. Slider. Adjust the acceleration rate of the cursor if using an Xbox controller. Note that this option does not affect using a mouse. Use right cursor. Show the white dot cursor in preload. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether to display the central cursor when moving the camera. Use right stick up and down to allow 2D cursor on all peripherals. On. List with 2 values. Allow to display the 2D gamepad cursor when using other types of peripherals, joysticks, yokes, etc. Use right stick up, subtitles. Off. List with 2 values. Turn subtitles on or off. Use right stick up and subtitle text size. 24. Slider. Adjust the text size of dialog subtitles. Use right stick up and subtitle text color. White. List with
So
6
yeah,
values.
this is...
Adjust the text color of dialog subtitles.
this is
Use right stick up and
subtitles.
subtitle background color. Black.
So...
List with 8 values.
yeah.
Adjust the background color of dialog subtitles. Subtitle background opacity. 25. Slider. Adjust the background opacity percentage for dialog subtitles. A value of 0 will be fully transparent while a value of 100 will be fully opaque. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press ESC to go back.
Oh, great.
Press
And,
F12 to reset to defaults. Press =sign to adjust current op. Press F12 to reset. Subtitle.
Oh, okay. So this thing kind of shot us to the front of the...
18.
Okay,
Interface scale.
here we go.
100.
Now,
Slider.
what tends to
Adjust the scale of the
happen
user interface
is
in menu screens.
that
Use right stick up
when
and
we
down to
go
scroll
in
the
here,
section.
it tends to jump us
Press ESC
past
to go back.
narration.
Minimum text
So we're
size.
gonna go up there
18.
now.
Slider. Adjust the minimum text size throughout the user interface. Use right stick up and down
So
to
yeah,
screen
all
narrator
these...
speed.
Oh,
100.
uh-huh.
Slider. Adjust the speed of the screen narration voice.
Now,
Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
I just thought I should inform you
Press
guys
ESC to go
now that
Press F12 to reset
you
to default.
cannot change the
=sign
screen
/-
narrator
sign to adjust
voice,
current option.
which is
Press enter
unfortunate,
to
but
validate.
yeah, we have what we can. So these accessibility options are kind of explanatory, and mostly you can leave well enough alone with these, apart from the screen narrator. Now you can, you know, mess with these as you feel comfortable, but here's what I have done.
Screen narrator pitch. 53.
Yeah,
Slider.
that's fine.
Adjust the pitch of the screen narration voice. Screen narrator volume. 100. Slider. Adjust the volume of the screen narration voice. Use right stick up and enable screen narrator. On.
Now,
List with 2 values. Adjust whether the user interface is spoken aloud by a narrator. Note that this feature is in development. Use right stick up and enable screen narrator. On. Camera.
so
Button.
now,
Use right stick up and down to
let me
scroll the
just
section.
check chats.
Press ESC to go back.
Let's see.
Press
who-
F12 to reset to defaults. Press enter to validate.
Let me see. Oh, right. 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 So, let's see.
Graphics. Welcome. Button.
Now,
Camera. Graphics.
I guess we'll take
right
these
stick up and down to
sections
scroll
one
the
at a
section.
time. So we'll take
Press
them
ESC
top
to
to
go
bottom.
back.
So
Press F12
once
to
we
reset
hit
to default.
this,
Select
now then,
PC.
aha,
List with 2 values.
what's this?
Switch between PC and VR settings. Use right
Aha.
stick up and down to scroll. General options. Button.
What's this?
Search bar. Tech display mode windowed.
All right.
Button.
What's this?
Full screen resolution 1920 x 1080.
Ah.
Button.
Okay.
Anti-aliasing. NVIDIA DLSS Super Resolution. List with 6 values. Enable anti-aliasing and choose from different AA types. FXAA, fast approximate anti-aliasing. DLAA, directionally localized anti-aliasing. TAA, temporal anti-aliasing. NVIDIA DLSS uses AI Super Resolution to provide the highest possible frame rates at maximum graphics settings. DLSS requires an NVIDIA RTX graphics card. Use right stick up and down to scroll this. NVIDIA DLSS Super Resolution. Quality. List with 6 values. NVIDIA DLSS uses AI Super Resolution to provide the highest possible frame rates at maximum graphics settings. DLSS requires an NVIDIA RTX graphics card. Use right stick up and down to scroll this. AMD Fidelity FX Sharpening. 100. Slider. AMD Fidelity FX Contrast Adaptive Sharpening, CAD, algorithm adjusts the amount of sharpening per pixel to target an even level of sharpness across the image. Use right stick up and down. VSync. Off. List with 2 values. Enable or disable VSync. Use right stick up and down to NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency. On. List with 3 values. NVIDIA Reflex reduces system latency and increases PC responsiveness. Use right stick up and down. DXX version. DX12, beta. List with 2 values. Switches between DXX11 and DXX12. DXX11, the default graphics API. DXX12, beta new graphics API. DXX12 support is currently in development and can show performance and GPU memory utilization regressions compared to DXX11. Due to higher GPU memory consumption, the simulator may be oversubscribing memory, which negatively impacts performance. Lowering graphics settings can help avoid this situation. Use right stick up and global rendering quality.
Yeah, we don't
high-end.
really.
List with 4 values.
Aha.
Choose between a series of presets that affect all other graphics options. Note that applying high settings on lower spec machines may significantly impact load times. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Significantly impact
Press
load time.
ESC to go
Well,
Press
yes,
F12 to reset to
it
default.
does say that.
Press =#
But,
minus sign to adjust current option.
That is
Press enter to
partially
validate.
true and partially not at the same time. The only time I have had it significantly impact load times is at startup. But that's because, you know, it's launching all its things and it needs to, you know, do whatever it needs to do. Let's see. Chats. Huh? Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Anyone else said anything? No, they didn't. Let's just check the stream health because I don't trust this thing. Okay, let's see. Stream health. What are we doing? 6800. Yes, thank you. I'll do that in a minute. I'm just gonna take that down because I don't trust it. Okay, so we're running. I don't understand why that has scheduled it as an entertainment stream. I don't get it. So, stream bit rate 6800. I just need to modify that in a minute. So, we'll continue with this.
Terrain level of detail. 100. Slider. Adjust the visual quality of terrain. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance. Use right stick up and down to off-screen terrain pre-caching. List with 4 values. Adjust pre-caching level for off-screen terrain assets. Use right stick up and terrain vector data. List with 5 values. Adjust the quality of terrain vector data tessellation, affects oceans, lakes, rivers, roads. Use right stick up and buildings. List with 4 values. Adjust the visual quality of procedurally generated buildings. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance. Use right stick up and trees. List with 4 values.
Yes.
Adjust the visual quality of trees. Higher values will grass and bushes. List with 5 values. Adjust the visual quality of grass and bushes. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance. Objects level of detail. 100. Slider. Adjust level of detail for other objects.
So of course,
Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance. Use right stick up and down. Volume trick clouds.
Oh,
List
yes.
with 4 values. Adjust the quality of clouds. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance. Texture resolution. List with 4 values. Adjust the quality of textures. Flight Simulator must be restarted for these changes to take effect. Use right stick up and anisotropic filtering. 8x. List with 5 values. Adjust the level of anisotropic texture filtering. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance.
I have no
Use
idea
right
what
stick up and down.
most
Texture
of these
supersample.
does.
4x4. List with 5 values. Adjust the quality of supersample key materials such as floor markings. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect performance. Use right stick up and texture synthesis. List with 4 values. Adjust the quality of synthesized textures. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect
Yeah,
performance.
like all
Use right
these.
stick up and water waves. List with 3 values. Adjust the resolution level of wave simulation. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect shadow maps. 1536. List with 4 values. Adjust the shadow map resolution. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect terrain shadows. 512. List with 6 values. Adjust the resolution of long-range terrain shadows. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect contact shadows. List with 5 values. Adjust the quality of precise screen space shadows. Higher values will improve visual quality but may affect windshield effects. List with 4 values. Adjust quality of rain effects and reflections on the windshield. Higher values will improve ambient occlusion. List with 5 values.
So yeah, all these,
Adjust the quality of ambient occlusion shadows. Higher values will improve
as
visual
you
quality
can
but may
see,
affect
like all
performance.
these
Use right stick
are
up and
just,
down
you
to
know,
scroll the section.
graphic settings. You know, you can
Press ESC to go
customize a
back.
whole bunch of.
Press F12 to
If
reset to
I
defaults.
was to, you know,
Press
go
equal sign
through
/- sign to
everything.
adjust current option. Press enter to validate.
Yeah, if I was to go through everything, it would like take me a couple days, you know, to analyze everything and, you know, tell you all what everything does, which I'm not gonna do. Let me just check numbers here. Let's see. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm literally smiling right now. I need to get a camera for this thing. But yeah, I need to just gonna grab a drink. So that's enough with the graphics, I think.
CubeMap reflections. 192.
What
List with 4 values.
is that meant to be?
Adjust the resolution of the reflections CubeMap. Higher values will Raymarchand reflections.
I don't
List with 5
know
values.
exactly what this stuff
CubeMap
does.
reflections. Ambient, experimental, VR mode, developers, accessible, miscellaneous, flight mod, data, traffic, sound, camera.
Okay, so
graphics.
we'll go now
camera,
down to the camera.
button. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
So
Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press enter to validate. Graphics. Search bar. Camera selection. Cockpit. List
Here
with
we
2
go.
values. Set default camera view used during flight. Use right stick up and down to scroll. Quick view function. Hold. List with 2 values. Set the default behavior for quick view function. Hold. Hold the input to enter quick view mode. Release the input to reset camera POV. Toggle. Tap the input once to enter quick view mode. Tap the input a second time to reset camera POV. Use right stick up and down to smart camera. Hold. List with 2 values. Set the default behavior for smart camera mode. Hold. Hold the input to enter smart camera mode. Release the input to reset camera POV.
so
Tap the input once to enter smart camera mode. Tap the input a second time to reset camera POV. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Zoom function. Manual. List with 2 values. Set the default behavior for zoom function. Manual. Use dedicated inputs to zoom in / zoom out. Focus. Enable focus mode. Right click to zoom into the center of the screen. If an instrument is targeted in free look, the camera will switch automatically to the associated instrument view. Use right stick up and down. Focus mode. Toggle. List with 2 values. Set the default behavior for focus mode. Hold. Hold the input to enter focus mode. Release the input to reset camera POV. Toggle. Tap the input once to enter focus mode. Tap the input a second time to reset camera POV.
Basically,
Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
these cameras
Press ESC
are not
to go
cameras. Like these
Press F12
settings
to reset to defaults.
related to camera,
equal sign
you
slash minus
won't
sign to
really
adjust current
need to
option.
mess with them.
Press enter to validate.
I didn't, so yeah.
Cockpit camera selection. Wide angle. List with 4 values. Set default position for cockpit camera. Landing. Camera is positioned slightly above the cockpit's board. Allows for a good view of the surroundings but no view of the instruments. Wide angle. Camera is positioned close to the pilot's seat. Allows for a view of both the surroundings and the instruments, although instruments may be difficult to read at distance. Close. Camera is positioned close to the cockpit's board. Allows for a good view of the instruments but obscured view of most of the surroundings. HUD. Camera is focused on the plane's HUD if available. If there's no HUD available in the selected plane, the default camera will fall back on the wide angle option instead. Use right stick up and down. Free look mode. Toggle. List with 2 values. Free look reset. Manual. Head up mode. Toggle.
Anyway,
VR mode.
anyway.
Developers. X.
So-
missile, flight model. Data. Traffic. Sound. Camera.
Basically,
Button. Sound.
the item we
Use
are
right stick up
probably
and down to
most
scroll the section.
interested in is the sound tab.
Press ESC to
Now,
go back. Press F12 to
let's
reset to
just
defaults.
check numbers.
Press enter to validate.
Let's see. Yeah. So, basically, I just feel... Now, of course, some people, you know, have... like, I don't know, I am tempted to kind of load in to a plane, but I need to, you know, keep you guys on edge, because if I don't, then no one's gonna come back. If I were to do everything as I wanted to, yeah, I'd only be, like, I'd be online for, like, ever and not take any sort of breaks, because I'd just be constantly doing things. But what we'll do is, today we're gonna be, you know, looking around the menu, kind of discussing kind of how to load in and going through the motions, so to speak. But, so we've now selected the sound tab, and we're going to go through this.
Communication device output selection. Main device out. Search bar. Text entry field.
Now,
select to enter text.
Say, for example, you did not know what, I don't know, like what, you were looking for an option in here, and you didn't know where it was, let's say. So, I'm just going to go in here,
Select to enter
and
text.
I'm going to say narration, so...
Searching for narration.
And
Results found. 0.
we hit...
Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
um...
Searching for Nara. Results found. 0. Searching for Nara Zion. Results found. 0.
Let's say, I don't know, say for example,
enter text. Searching for screen. Results found. 0. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
Press F4 to
it doesn't
Press
work
enter to
how I
Select to
figured
enter text.
it was going to work. Okay,
Main device output
that's
selection speed.
annoying.
Search bar.
But yeah, anyway,
Text entry field. Select to enter text.
so I figured it would do a global search, but apparently it only works in the category you're focused on, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. Now, one little thing that I'm not sure if I'll be able to demonstrate, and if I do, then I will definitely record it. So basically, when you first buy MSFS, oh, what's this now? Give me a sec. Oh, right, yeah. Ignore that, please. I was just... let's see, what else is going on? Let's see, what's... Oh, okay. I'm just gonna check some numbers. Ooh, not bad. Although, according to this, not bad. Well, I figured, right. Oh, not bad. We've been... Okay. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Now I should be, what do you call it? I should be, working now. I hope. Anyway, I just skipped ahead to my own live broadcast because I wasn't aware if things were working or not. Anyway, basically, this is the tab we're interested in. So
Main device output selection speakers, 3 USB audio device. Button. Select your output device for the main sounds, aircraft and environment sounds. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Now, you're probably wondering, why have I got that set up
Press
that
F12
way?
to reset to defaults.
I will
Press
explain.
Enter to validate.
Basically, if like the reason I've set it up that way is because I use something called a butt kicker, which some people may laugh, but it's effectively a speaker which is clipped to the bottom of my chair, which delivers vibrations. So things like you know, throttling up or, you know, crashing or whatever, they have their own, you know, vibration. It operates on so yeah, that's what it does. Now the thing is, this speaker only delivers vibration, not sound. So to fix that, I'm literally operating on an audio system via USB sound card connected up to a splitter, which has one 3.5 in the butt kicker, which it came with, and another 3.5 into a pair of speakers, which I bought when I bought this system, or just after. I can't remember initially. But yeah, that's the reason.
Communication device output selection system's default device. Button. If you want to use another output for radio communications, e.g., headphone, you can select your dedicated output device for it. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
So yeah, that's self-explanatory. What this device will do effectively is kind of simulate, you know, like headphone thingy. Like what I don't like is the fact that this system, this communication device, actually pipes narration through as well. So there's a really annoying bug. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's something that you can or cannot turn off. I need to investigate it. But there's this really annoying squelching noise radio thing that starts up when you reposition to a runway for some unknown reason. I don't know why. And I can't get rid of it at all. Like, it's literally there. There's nothing I can do about it. And the problem is that goes through your communication device. So that means effectively that it's not gonna, you know, it'll work, yes, but the trouble is like that squelchy noise will come through your communication device, and you can't get rid of it because you change your communication device. You've lost narration.
Warning sounds in external view. Off. List with 2 values. Enable or disable warning sounds in external view. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Yeah, personally I disabled those because yeah, it's not really that realistic to hear warnings in external.
Option. VHF signal degradation. Off. List with 2 values. Enable or disable VHF signal degradation on radio communications. When enabled, radio communication signal strength will be degraded according to the distance between the tower and your line of sight. Signal can be degraded by earth curvature and terrain relief. Use right stick up and down to active spatial sound. On. List with 2 values. Enable or disable spatial sound functionality. Use right stick up and down to scroll. Convert audio to mono. Off. List with 2 values. Convert all audio output in Flight Simulator to mono. Use right stick up and down to scroll
yeah, you don't want to do that normally.
Press ESC to go back. Music selection. Color 1. ATC text-to-speech settings. Off. List with 3 values. Adjust the quality of text-to-speech used by air traffic control. The offline option is only available if an English text-to-speech pack is installed in Windows. The Azure option is only available if connected to the internet. Use right stick up and down to scroll. Convert audio to mono. ATC music selection. Color 1.
So
list with 3 values. Select your favorite Microsoft Flight Simulator music. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Here's where you can change the settings.
Press
so
ESC to go
I'm
back.
gonna cycle through
Press
these.
F12 to reset to defaults.
Now
press =sign to adjust current option. Press enter to validate.
What it means by =/ is actually the equals and dash keys. Equals is forward, dash is backward, or at least I think that's the way it's meant to be.
Color 2. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press =/ to adjust current option. Press F11 to apply and save. Press enter to validate.
This sounds depressing. I don't know what, you know. Thank you. Yes, interesting lunchtime stream. I must say, I agree, but I mean, what can I do? It's like, let's see here. Chats. Oh yeah, yeah. It is an interesting lunchtime live stream. I must say, I wasn't planning for. Well, I was, but I wasn't sure when I was gonna go live. I figured I wanted to do something right. You know, it's crazy, but yeah. But hey, like lunchtime or like at 6 p.m. at least whenever I can drop in a stream, that's nice. Now, of course, you know, as I said in like one of my videos, I can't remember which one, but and I should because I'm the one who created them. Yeah, we are totally professional, not. But hey, you do what you can. That's my thing. I like to be totally transparent with my viewers. You know, I'll tell them if I can't make a deadline for some reason, and I'll explain to them why. But let's just see if anyone said anything. Yes, thank you, Lydia. I'm seeing that. Yeah, it's what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about, you know, transparency. That's another problem I have. I can't remember what I was doing. Well, my memory is going patchy, which I should really, I don't know. I should really do something about that, but whenever I decide to do it. So then we also have another music here, which I'm going to switch to right now.
Legacy. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press =/ to adjust current option. Press F11 to apply and save. Press enter to validate.
I don't know what I think of that one. It's decent. I mean, it's, yeah. I'm just gonna switch to this one.
Color 1. Use right stick up and down to scroll
This
the section.
This is what
Press ESC
I
to go
like.
back.
You know, it's.
Press F12 to mute audio in background. Off.
What's
List with 2 values.
that supposed to be?
Disable all flight simulator audio when the application is in the background or loses focus.
Oh
Use right
God!
stick up and down to scroll the
That
section.
you don't want to do.
Press E Master 100.
Oh yeah,
Slider.
and of course
Adjust
here.
global volume level. Use right stick
Here
up and
are
down to scroll
your,
the
you know,
section.
volumes with, you know,
Press
everything.
ESC to go
And
back.
this goes
Press
back to what I
F12
was
to
saying
reset to
earlier
defaults.
about the
Press =/ -, to
weird,
adjust current option. Press
squelchy
F11 to apply and
radio
save. Press enter to
thing,
validate.
whatever you want to call it. You'll know it when you hear it in like some part of this tutorial whenever I decide to get round to it. Let's see. Anyone else said anything? Nope, doesn't look like it. So, yeah, I'm trying my best to, you know, stay on schedule with things, but yeah. Yeah, like I said. So, now, your master, that's, you know, self-explanatory. That does everything.
Voices. 100. Slider. Adjust volume level of ATC and Copilot voices. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Now, what this thing doesn't
Press
say...
ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press =/ to adjust current option. Press F11 to apply and save. Press enter to validate.
Now, what this thing doesn't say is that voice volume also controls narrator. So you turn that to 0 to get rid of squelchy. You will literally kill your narrator. Just thought I should let you know about that before you do something stupid. I did it once and I had to get visual help to, like, I had to get sighted assistance to get my narrator back on. I figured, you know, whatever, but nope, don't do that.
Aircraft engines. 100. Slider. Adjust volume level of engines in the user's aircraft. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
That's self-explanatory. I'm not
Press
gonna...
ESC to go back. Aircraft miscellaneous. 100. Slider. Adjust volume level of miscellaneous sounds in the user's aircraft, including flight controls, rattles, ground sounds, pumps, hydraulics, etc. Use right
Oh
stick up
yeah,
and down to scroll the
that's...
section.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Press cockpit. 100. Slider. Adjust volume level for cockpit sounds, including instrument and avionic audio switch and lever follies. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Warnings. 100.
Pretty
Slider.
important.
Adjust volume level of warning sounds including stalls, oral GPWS, TAS, and autopilot alerts.
Oh
Use right
God,
stick up and down to
yes.
scroll the section.
Whatever you
Press
do,
ESC to
don't
go back.
like you
Press
can
F12
mess
to
around
reset
with
to
these
defaults.
numbers, but
Press
personally,
=sign / -sign to adjust current
my
function.
thing is I have
Press F11
mine
to apply
at
and
100
Press
because
enter to validate.
I don't really notice them through the speaker system. I hear them, but I can't really denote their volume. Plus the fact that with speakers I can adjust the volume on the fly if I want to.
Other aircraft. 100. Slider. Adjust volume level of other aircraft. Use right stick up and down to scroll
So
the
yeah,
section.
that's self-explanatory.
Environment. 100.
Uh-huh.
Slider. Adjust volume level of the environment including weather, airports, urban, and biome sounds. Use right stick up and down to user interface. 100.
All that
Slider.
stuff.
Adjust volume level of user interface sounds. Use right stick up and down to music. 100.
Oh, you can
Slider.
also turn down the
Adjust
music
volume
if
level
you
of music.
want to.
Use right stick up and press F12 to reset to defaults.
Okay, and at the bottom of this you have a little bit of a sub-menu basically where I believe, if I'm right,
Press ESC to go back.
you can
Press F11 to
let's
apply
try.
and
So I'll hit this
Options
and
menu.
I wonder.
Page 3 of 3.
Ooh, nice. So
Press ESC to
basically,
go back.
I see.
Press F12 to reset to default. Press
Interesting.
enter. Music.
What's this?
100.
Ah, I
Adjust volume level of
see. Interesting.
Press
Okay,
ESC to
so
go back.
I was right.
F12 to
It
reset to
seems.
defaults.
I'm just gonna check
Press enter to validate.
chats. You think so? Well, you know what? Challenge accepted. I mean, like, I know a friend of mine, Blind Flight Simmer, if you don't know him, yeah. He does, or at least he used to, don't know if he still does, but he used to do uploads every week, and it's just a case. I mean, I may just do pre-recorded and just, you know, set as instant premiere, or just upload them on a specific day. But of course, they will all be pre-recorded. I won't be streaming every week. That would be quite tiring, and I'd rather not. Because, yeah, then no one wants to watch. Because if it's, you know, one stream every week, I'd get through content faster than you can say a 737-800, which is what I fly. But, yeah. Lydia, I did say I wasn't gonna do that because it's like it's it's not annoying on me, but it's just tiring. That's the truth. When would I ever get any sleep? That's the trouble. See, you need to balance these things out, otherwise, yeah, bad things. Thank you, Elena. Thank you. Who else said anything? No one did. Okay, so I was right. Now, so that's your sound tab. Now, that's not the end of it, of course. We still have a whole bunch of stuff to do. Let's see.
User
what
interface.
is this?
100. Experimental.
Ah, here we go.
Miscellaneous but flight model. Data. Traffic. Sound.
Okay, so now we
Traffic.
come to the traffic tab.
Use right stick up
Now,
and down to scroll the section.
These sections
Press ESC
will
to
be
go back.
valid for
Press
later
F12 to reset
use
to defaults.
when I talk
Press enter to
about
validate.
you know, things like what's known as FSLTL. For now, you can just memorize that add-on because we'll get to that later. Let's see. Let's see. Anyone else had anything? Nope, they did not. Good. Not good. Like I don't like you guys that are. I don't like. You know. I also should really get. I should really get some assistance with message reading. I need someone here, because switching back and forth is good, but I'm a bit slow at it. Plus the fact that anyway.
Aircraft traffic type. Search
Okay,
bar.
here we go.
Tech aircraft traffic type. Off. List with 2 values. Choose whether to populate the world with AI traffic. Real-time online. Simulate real-world traffic. This option requires a persistent internet connection. AI offline. Generate artificial traffic and use the settings below to customize traffic density. Off. Disable AI traffic. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Now, you might be wondering why
Press
that's
ESC to go
off.
back.
I will explain
Press
all
F12
that
to
in
reset to defaults.
either a
Press
stream
equal
or a
sign /
video
sign to adjust current
stating
Press
why
enter to
that
validate.
is. Now, I'm not sure if these options that I'm going through right now are being shown on the display. I have no idea, but you guys let me know if they are being shown, because I actually don't know. Like, I set up the display capture, but I'm not sure if it's working.
Show traffic nameplates. Off. List with 2 values. Show traffic nameplates. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Yeah, well, that's... yeah.
Press E. Airport vehicle density. 0. Slider. Adjust the level of ground support vehicle traffic airside at airports. Use right stick up and down to scroll. Ground aircraft density. 0. Slider. Adjust the level of aircraft parked at airports. Use right stick up and worker density. 0. Slider. Adjust the level of workers at airports. Use right stick up and leisure boats. 0. Slider. Adjust the level of small craft on the seas. Use right stick up road vehicles. 0. Slider. Adjust the level of traffic on roads. Use right stick up ships and ferries. 0. Slider. Adjust the level of large craft on the seas. Use right fauna density. 0. Slider. Adjust the amount of fauna in the world. Use right stick up. Use generic aircraft models. AI traffic. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust if AI traffic will only use generic and optimized aircraft models to reduce memory and CPU load. Use right stick up and down to use generic aircraft models. Multiplayer. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust if multiplayer traffic will only use generic and optimized aircraft models to reduce memory and CPU load. Use right stick up. Show multiplayer aircraft in close proximity. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether to display multiplayer aircraft when they are at very close distances, for example in formation or stunt flights. If this option is deactivated, any multiplayer aircraft in close proximity to you will be temporarily hidden from view to prevent visual obstruction. Use right stick up and traffic variety. Low. List with 4 values. Adjust the amount of different aircraft models used in randomly generated air traffic, ground vehicles and airport workers. Higher values may affect performance. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press F12 to reset.
So that's basically all that's in that category, and as per, when we go to a end of a category, we check chats. So let's see what we got in here. Oh yeah! Yeah, I can. I'm working on that. Every 2 days is still a bit much. But yeah, second week, that might be manageable, Sam. I do agree. But what the hell would I cover is the question. And hello, Armando. I've just been asked to say hello to you. I send you greetings. So, now, what some of you may have noticed is that my speech isn't coming through at all. Well, apart from the screen narration, which, let's see here. Anyone else said anything? Nope. Just need to grab a drink. And I apologize for everyone concerned if I apologize to everyone confirmed if you were woken up by the very brief test stream that I did a couple of days ago. I am sorry about that. I wish there was a way I could test stream without setting off the whole YouTube chain. That would be useful. But hey, whatever. Could be worse. Okay, cool. Let's see here. But yeah,
press ESC to
let's
experimental
see here.
VR mode.
Oh damn.
Accessible miscellaneous flight model data traffic data.
Now we come to the data
right
category.
down to scroll
Now
the
you might be wondering what in the name of
ESC
someone
to go
is
back.
that doing there.
Press
Well,
F12
I'll
to
show
reset
you.
to photogrammetry.
What's that
Bing
for?
Data World Graph. Online functionality. Search bar.
Here we go.
General options. Button.
God
Bing
damn it.
Data World Graphics.
Hold on.
Online functionality.
There.
On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want to allow internet connectivity during your session. Use right stick up and Bing Data World Graphics. On. List with 2 values. Stream high quality aerial imagery, potentially gigabytes of data. Use right stick up and down. Photogrammetry. On. List with 2 values. Stream photorealistic 3D buildings in supported areas, potentially gigabytes of data. Use right stick up. Live real world air traffic. Off. List with 2 values.
Oh god.
Connect to live air traffic services. Use right stick up and live weather. On. List with 2 values. Connect to live weather services.
Now,
right stick up and down to
that's
scroll the section.
important for a
Press ESC
later
to go
part
back.
where I will
Press
kind of
F12 to reset to
discuss,
defaults.
you know,
Press equal
pros
sign
and
/
cons
sign to
to
adjust current
MSFS versus
Press enter to
P3D.
validate.
And one of those pros is actually the price that you'll need to actually set this thing up. True, you may, like, yeah, I'll talk about that more later. For now, just park that. No pun intended.
Multiplayer. Off. List with 2 values. Connect to multiplayer services. Other players you see in flight are determined by your flight conditions. Use right stick up and down. Current data consumption. 3.19 GB.
Whoa.
See how much data is being used by Flight Simulator on a monthly basis.
Jesus.
Use right stick up and down to scroll
Yeah,
the section.
this thing, if you're
Press
on a
ESC
slow
to go
internet,
Press F12 to
if
reset
you're with
to
a slow
defaults.
ISP or
Press
with
enter to
like,
validate.
if your router's not the best, I wouldn't recommend you know, set all these up because you need a stable connection for this.
Data tracking reset day. 1. Slider.
Yeah,
Set a day
well-
of the month to reset data tracking. For example, if you have a metered internet connection that resets on a specific date each month. Use
Well,
right stick up and
yeah,
down
I
to scroll
don't
the section.
have that, but yeah.
Data limitation. Off. List with 2 values. Limit how much data Microsoft Flight Simulator can use per month. Use right stick up and down to scroll
Yeah,
the
you
section.
can do that too. So say for example, I don't know,
ESC
you
to
have
go back.
only like
Press
100
F12 to reset to
gigabytes per
defaults.
month or
Press equal
something
sign
like
-minus sign
that.
to adjust current option.
You can
Press enter to
literally
validate.
limit that to you know, a certain amount if you so wish.
Bandwidth. Unlimited. List with 4 values. Adjust the amount of data bandwidth being used at any time. If this is set to unlimited, Microsoft Flight Simulator will attempt to make full use of your internet bandwidth. Use right stick up and down to
Yeah,
scroll the section.
which is sometimes
ESC to go
quite annoying for
Press
some
F12 to
people,
reset to defaults.
particularly if
Press
you're
equal sign /
like
minus sign
if
to
you're in a
adjust
big
current option.
household, which
Press enter to validate.
people, you know, try and, you know, like I'll actually adjust this. So let's say we go forward,
5 Mbit/s. Use right stick
5
up and down to scroll
MB
the
per
section.
second,
20 Mbit/s.
20
Use right stick up and
megabytes
down
per
to scroll the
second,
section. 40 Mbit/s.
40
Use right stick up and
megabytes
down to
per
scroll the section.
second,
Unlimited.
and
Use
unlimited,
right stick up and
which,
down.
yeah.
Rolling cache. On. List with 2 values. Enable rolling cache functionality, which allows information to be stored on your computer for quicker access. Use right stick up and down. Rolling cache limit. Gib. Text entry field. Current value is 8. Set a limit for rolling cache on your local hard drive. Use right stick up and down to scroll. Rolling cache path. Text entry field. Set a location for rolling cache on your local hard drive. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Press delete rolling cache file delete button.
Yeah, you can get rid of
This will
that.
delete your currently selected rolling cache file. Note that the rolling cache option will also be turned off and will have to be turned back on to create or select a new file.
Oh,
Use right stick
right.
up and down to manual cache view button. Allows you to save 3D photogrammetry data, elevation map data, and the online vegetation mask of an area of your choosing to your local hard drive. Use right stick up and down. Press F12 to reset to defaults.
And of course, we're
Press
just
F11 to
gonna
apply and save.
apply
Options
and
menu.
save,
Page 3 of 3.
like so, and then
Manual
what
cache
should
view
happen
button.
is
Delete rolling cache file delete. Rolling cache
give me a
experimental.
second.
VR mode. Develop accessible miscellaneous flight model data
Now
button. Flight model.
let's just see what
Button.
people have said.
Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press enter to validate.
Yeah, a good point. I could cover lots of different games, but unfortunately, the audio games community isn't as large as streaming every second week. Actually, to be fair, I do have a couple of things, and I might be later on the bandwagon than some of you, than some other YouTube channels I know. But hey, I mean, better late than never. I do plan to do a stream on The Veil, which, like some people, you know, you might say, oh, that's been streamed like 50 times or whatever. But I say, you know, if a person wants to do it, let them, I say, you know. It's literally a case of whatever, like, yeah. Now, keep in mind, you guys, that we're not done with the options yet. This is just general. There are more categories, like controls options and mappings and things like that. What I may do is kind of, you know, what I might do is I might do free streams, as in one general, two like what's it called, assistance, and free, you know, a mixture of key mapping and kind of what to look out for. Let's see. Who said anything? Oh, no one said anything. Okay, so
Miscellaneous. Accessibility. Developers. VR mode. Experimental. Press ESC to go back.
we only have a couple more
Miscellaneous
categories to do.
button. Flight model.
So we'll
Button.
hit
Use
flight
right
model
stick up
and
and
let's
down
see
to
what
scroll
we
the
have
section.
in here.
Data.
Let's see.
Flight model.
Go
Button.
in there.
Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Come on.
Press ESC to go. Data. Button.
What
Use
the?
right stick up and down to scroll. Traffic. Button.
Why is
Use
this
right
thing
stick up and
refusing to
sound.
go into...
But camera. Search bar. Flight model.
Ah, here we
Search
go.
bar. Press F4 to clear.
What?
Search bar.
Huh?
Text entry field. Select to enter text. Press F4 to clear.
I don't get it. Oh, empty
bar. Flight
category?
model. Modern.
I'm
List with 2 values.
confused.
Adjust the overall
Oh.
flight model realism.
Oh, right.
Note that the settings below only adjust realism values for the legacy flight model and not for the modern flight model. Use right stick up and down to
Ah, that's why.
scroll the section. Press
Oh, I
ESC to go
see.
back.
Right,
Press F12 to
right,
reset to
right,
defaults.
right.
Press General Options.
Ah,
Button.
uh-huh.
Flight model. Modern.
Now I wonder...
List with 2
Yeah,
values.
no.
Adjust the overall flight model realism. Note that the settings below only adjust realism values for the legacy flight model and not for the modern flight
Oh,
model.
damn.
Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press Enter to validate.
But yeah, so I'm not gonna have that much to explain in here. I am kind of curious to see what is in there, so I'm just gonna flip it to Legacy, if I can.
General Options. Button. Search bar. Flight model. Legacy.
Oh, there we go.
Switching flight model will affect the realistic behavior of the flight. Below
Yes,
are 2 buttons.
Thank you.
1. Yes, switch flight model. 2.
Ah,
Cancel. Yes, switch flight model.
yeah. Now here's
Press ESC to cancel.
here's an example of basically the game is warning me that you know I'm about to make a big change. So yeah, I'm just gonna hit yes, switch, because I want to see what's in this.
Press Enter to validate.
Uh-huh.
100.
Here we go.
P factor.
Uh-huh.
0. Crash realism. Generals.
Aha.
Global preset.
Aha.
Search bar.
Here we go.
Text. Global preset.
Let's see.
Realistic. List with 3
Okay.
values.
What's this?
Adjust preset settings for all flight controls. Press
Okay.
ESC. Generals. 100.
Let's see.
Slider.
What's the deal
Adjust
here?
the overall flight model realism. Note that the
Okay.
settings below only adjust realism values for the legacy flight model and not for the modern flight model.
Uh-huh. Right.
Crash realism. 100. Slider. Adjust the amount of damage sustained in hard landings or maneuvers.
Yeah, ow.
Press ES. 0. 100. Slider.
Gyro?
Adjust the amount of gyroscopic precession.
Oh, right, yeah.
Press E. P factor. 100.
P factor.
Slider. Adjust the amount of asymmetrical thrust generated by propellers.
Oh, right.
Press torque.
Uh-huh.
100. Slider. Adjust the amount of propeller torque.
I...
Press F12
Yeah,
to
I
reset
don't
to
really-
develop, accept, flight model. Button.
Uh-huh.
Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Miscellaneous button. Use flight
no.
0. Crash general, global, search bar, flight model.
Ah.
Legacy, modern.
I'm just gonna
Switching
flip
flight
it.
model will affect the realistic behavior of
Oh,
the
yeah,
flight.
yeah, fine,
Below are 2
fine.
buttons. 1.
Anyway, there we
Press
go.
Enter to validate. Search bar. Flight model.
Okay,
Modern.
now let's just
List
check
with 2 values.
chats.
Adjust the overall
Let's
flight
see
model realism.
here.
Note that the settings
Anyone
below only
said
adjust
anything?
realism values for the legacy flight model and not for the modern flight model. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press =/ sign to
Okay,
adjust
no
correct
one
option.
said anything?
Press F11 to
Question
apply
mark?
and save.
Oh, I'll
Press
just
Enter to validate.
apply
Options
and
menu.
save just
Page
in
3 of
case
3.
because yeah.
Graphics.
So
Button. Camera. Sound. Traffic. Data. Button. Flight model. Miscellaneous button.
now
Use right stick up
miscellaneous.
and down to scroll the
Some of
section.
these sections I have not gone into
Press
before.
ESC to go back.
So some of
Press
this
F12
stuff
to
will
reset to
be
defaults.
new even to me.
Press Enter to
So
Copilot
let's see.
avatar.
Ah,
Default. List with 27 values.
Jesus.
Uses the default avatar for the plane or the mission. Press ESC to civilian instructor. Default.
Uh-huh.
List with 3 values. Uses the default avatar for the plane or the mission.
Yeah, okay.
Press ESC to go back.
Oh, is that it?
Legal view. Military instructor.
Oh, right.
Default. List with 3
Uh-huh.
values. Uses the default avatar for the plane or the mission. Legal view. Credits view. Credits. Credits 40th anniversary
Oh,
view.
yeah, and
Button.
of course you can view the credits if
View
you're
credits for the
not
40th anniversary version of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
you're not, you know, bored out of your mind
Press
with
ESC to
that.
go
I
back.
mean,
Press
whatever.
Credits. Credits view. Legal. Developers. Access.
Uh,
Miscellaneous. Flight. Data. Flight mod. Accessibility.
Now, accessibility we have
Use
already
right stick up and down
viewed.
to Developers.
Now, in developers, I'm
Use
not
right
really
stick up and
exactly
down to
sure
scroll the
what will
section.
be in here. Well, let's see.
Press ESC to go back.
If
Press F. Accessibility.
I can view it.
Use
That
right
is...
stick up and miscellaneous button. Use
Come
right stick up and down
on.
to scroll the section.
Jesus.
Flight data.
Let's see.
Button. Use traffic. But sound. Camera. Developer mode. Off.
Here we go.
List with 2 values. Developer mode. Press Press F12 to reset.
Oh,
VR
right.
mode. Button. Use right stick up. Developers. Button.
Oh, okay.
Use right stick up and down
Okay,
to scroll
so
the section.
apparently you can only mess with
Press
that
ESC
if
to
you're
go
a
back.
dev, and I'm not
Press
gonna.
F12 to reset to
I'm not about to
defaults.
flip that on
Press
because
enter
I
to
don't know
validate
what I
VR
might
mode.
do.
Button. Use right stick
Okay,
up and
let's
down to
see.
scroll the
What's
section.
in here?
Vertical. Down slash up. Horizontal.
Here we go.
VR. Cockpit focus.
Uh-huh.
While in VR. VR. Camera reset. VR. VR. VR
Let's
mode
see
switch.
here.
Search bar.
Uh-huh.
VR mode switch to VR. Button.
Oh,
At any
yeah.
time you can switch between VR and desktop modes by pressing Ctrl plus tab. Use right stick up and down to
That's
scroll the section.
interesting, I guess.
VR, activate/deactivate VR mode. Control plus tab. Switch on/off the VR mode. Use right stick up and down to scroll. VR, toolbar toggle. Tab. While in VR mode toggle the toolbar. Use right stick up and VR, camera reset. Space. While in VR mode reset the camera in the cockpit. Use right stick up and VR, cockpit focus. While in VR mode trigger the focus on instruments panels. Use right stick up and horizontal. Right/left. A reminder of the shortcuts that allows moving the camera on each direction while in the cockpit. It is possible to save this newly defined position in one of the user camera's save slots. Use right stick up and down.
Okay, I
Down/up.
guess.
A reminder of the shortcuts that allows moving the camera on each direction while in the cockpit. It is possible to save this newly defined position in one of the user camera's save slots. Use right stick up
Yeah,
and
I
down.
don't really
Alt
know
plus up/alt
any
plus
of
down.
that.
A reminder of the shortcuts that allows moving the camera on each direction while in the cockpit. It is possible to save this newly defined position in one of the user camera's save slots. Use right stick up and down to grab the hook. Hold. List with 2 values. When you use VR controllers you can hold the trigger button to grab the yoke, hold, or press the trigger button once to grab the yoke and press the trigger button again to release it, toggle. Use right stick up and down, all bindings controls options. Button.
Oh, what's all this?
Bindings can be changed in the controls menu. You can go directly to this menu by clicking the button. Use right stick up and down to scroll the press
That's
F12 to reset to all bindings controls option.
Anyway, let's see
experimental.
here. What else
Press
do we
ESC to
have
go.
in here?
Experimental.
Oh, experimental. But first, chats.
Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press enter to validate.
I don't really understand what you mean by that, Sam. Could you clarify maybe? Let me actually see what's going on here. Oh. Okay, so we have... Okay. Oh, nice. We've been live for about 1 hour and 16 minutes. The good news is we're nearly done, or at least unless I decide to do something else.
Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to VR mode. Button. Use right stick up. Developer. Add new render window. Open containing fold. Create a report. Package reordered. Use nano V. Low power mode. Replay tool. Search bar. General options. Button.
Jesus.
Low power mode.
Here?
Off. List with 2 values. Choose whether to lower Flight Simulator's GPU power requirements while in menus. If enabled, the 3D animated background scenery in menus is replaced with a static background image. Press ESC
I
to
guess,
back.
yeah,
Press F12 to reset to
if
defaults.
that was your thing,
Press
I guess you could do that.
Just use nano VG for XML gauges. On.
What?
List with 2 values.
Duh.
Use nano VG rendering API instead of GDI for XML gauges on PC. Using this option will improve performances and overall quality of XML gauges, but they might have minor differences from original GDI, WIP. On Xbox only nano VG is supported. More infos on FS documentation.
Okay.
Press ESC to go. Package reorder tool. Off. List with 2 values. Package reorder tool.
I
Press
don't
ESC
really
to go
understand
back. Create a
what
report,
that
create
is.
and open. Button.
Okay.
Generate a MSFS report.txt file and open the folder.
Okay.
Press ESC. Open containing folder. Open.
Oh, I don't really, yeah.
Open
Some
in
of
File
this-
Explorer the folder containing the latest generated MSFS report.txt file. Add new render window.
Some of this stuff is weird.
Press ESC to go back.
I don't really...
Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press enter to validate. Open containing folder.
I
Add new render
don't
window.
really understand what these
Developers.
do.
VR mode. Experimental.
So let's see.
Options menu. Page 3 of 3.
Uh,
Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press enter to validate.
Let's see here. Alright, yeah. So, that's the general options. Now, I'm going to do something. No. No. Ah, yes. Here we go. I'm gonna set up a poll. I'm gonna set up a poll. So, this is the first time I'm doing this, so give me some slack if I get this wrong. So should... Okay, so I'll just... now that should be working. I don't know if it is. Now I'm not sure how you guys are going to answer I'm not sure how you guys are going to answer that, but I've just started up a poll. So oh right, yeah. I haven't not really been doing that much of that either. But then again, I'm sure by streams you don't mean what happened a couple, like 2 week, 1 week? No, 2 weeks ago, where things went south, we'll say. Now, I'm just curious how this poll will work. Because... I'm just gonna do that again. I'm not sure. Oh, Lydia, you are wrong. This is not my first stream. I'm a vet when it comes down to things like this. It's just I haven't really either had time or I don't know how to explain it, because I used to be how do I say this? God damn it. I used to be more activer, more oh Jesus. I used to be more active on YouTube. Yeah, fine. More active, I don't care. Grammatically correct. Yeah. I never cared about that. Anyway. Let's see here. Yeah. What was the thing? Oh, yeah. Now, yeah. I used to be active, more active on YouTube. Yeah, that's fine. But I guess I don't know what happened. I'm not sure why I took a break from it. I expect it's because, yeah, it's weird. I wonder, wait, do I have to go here to, hold on, let me see. Oh, hold on. I don't understand how am I meant to, I wonder, I don't understand. I'm not really sure how I can ah! Oh, that's how! Oh, I see. Oh, that's how that works. I see. Oh, so it's just above the... Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll leave this poll open for another, let's say, 10 minutes. So at 15:35 it closes, so whoever wants to say something, you know, can. And if you haven't voted in, you know, pop in and say, you know, what you want to do. And in the meantime, I will be back. Just give me a sec. And ladies and gentlemen, I am back. So let's check our poll. Okay, it looks like the poll. It looks like the where'd the chat go? What? Oh. Let me get rid of that. Oh, there we. Oh, that's how. That. Let's see. Anyone else said anything? Oh, okay. It doesn't look that way. Right. I will now close the poll because it's been there a while. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. And what should have happened? There we go. Cool, cool. But yeah, so poll has decided, but yeah, so it seems I'm continuing with the review. So let's do that actually. So we've reviewed the general options.
Screen.
So we're now gonna go to
Button 1 of 3. Assistance options.
what's known as assistance options. Now,
Press ESC to go back.
in here, there are a bunch of what you call them? I guess they're kind of assistances for things like AI and like things like how things react, I guess, and kind of automation. So now I will warn you, screen narration rather tends to mess around with this stuff and sometimes stops reading. This is not the fault of MSFS. This is the fault of the let games read to me setting in the what's it called, the oh, that's nice. So it actually displays the poll result in the chat. That's pretty neat. I don't get it. I cannot understand these emojis, you guys, that whatever you're sending. I don't. The screen reader will not read them out. So I'm not sure what to tell you. But yeah. So we'll go into the assistance option and let's see what we have.
Assistance options screen. Points of interest. Easy. Piloting. Notification. Navigation. Failure. Aircraft system. Search bar. Reset. Search bar. Aircraft systems. Custom. Toggleable category heading. Select to expand or collapse this section. Currently visible items in this category. 4.
Okay, so
press F12 to reset to default.
So basically how this system works
to adjust current option.
Is we go in here.
Aircraft systems. Toggleable category heading now expanded. Custom. Currently visible items in this category. 4.
So yeah, and now you use the up and down arrow keys to view kind of what's in here.
Auto mixture. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want the engine fuel mixture automatically adjusted in appropriate aircraft during pre-flight and supported activities. Note that some activities will restrict the number of supported assistance features to ensure competitive balance. Press ESC to go. Unlimited fuel. Off.
I hate that setting.
Adjust whether you want unlimited fuel during pre-flight and supported activities. Note that some activities will restrict the number of supported assistance features to ensure competitive balance. Aircraft lights. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want the aircraft lights to be activated automatically. Press E. Gyro drift. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want gyro drift to occur during flight. If this is enabled, the gyro will require mid-flight recalibration in certain aircraft. Press E. Failure and damage. Custom. Toggleable category heading. Select to expand or collapse this section. Currently visible items in this category. 4.
Now, of course,
failure and damage.
You can set these to Custom. Whatever you like.
Currently visible items in this category. 4. Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to default.
Okay, cool thanks, Sam. I appreciate that. What was I doing? Oh right, yeah. Cool stuff. Let's see. So in this thing called failure and damage, you can set up well, what it says on the tin, whether you want the sim to exit or, you know, flash up a thing if you're, you know, like basically it'll end the flight if it detects that what it calls is you've overstressed the aircraft or you've collided with something. But these options will all be explained.
Crash damage. Disabled. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want to enable collision with the ground and other environment objects during free flight and supported activities. If enabled, any significant impact with terrain will cause your flight to end. Note that some activities will restrict the number of supported assistance features to ensure competitive balance. Press ESC to go back. Press F. Engine stress damage. Aircraft stress damage. Enabled. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want the aircraft to suffer stress damage when flying at high G-force during free flight and supported activities. If enabled, any sustained maneuvers that cause significant stress to the airframe will cause your flight to end. Note that some activities will restrict the engine stress damage. Enabled. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want the engine to suffer stress damage. If enabled, any sustained maneuvers that cause significant stress to the engine will cause your flight to end. Note that some icing effect. Visual only. List with 3 values. Adjust whether you want to enable physical and / or visual only icing effects on the aircraft when flying in certain atmospheric conditions. When this option is set to on, ice accretion will affect the airframe injection system's carburetor as well as pitot icing. Icing adds to the overall weight of the aircraft and disrupts the laminar flow of air over the surfaces, leading to a loss of altitude or even a stall situation. Engine icing manifests in different ways depending on motorization, but in the end it results in a loss of power or even a complete engine failure. If set to visual only, the above physical effects of icing on the flight model and engine are deactivated while keeping the visual feedback on the airframe. If set to off, no physical or visual icing effects will occur.
Well, see, under normal circumstances, I would have set this to on, because I fly very much realistically. But the situation is that GSX, which is another add-on which I will discuss at some point, it doesn't exactly work with MSFS because of the way SimConnect isn't really integrated in it. I mean, it is there, but it's kind of hard to describe. I don't know exactly what it does.
Navigation
as
aids.
In,
hard.
You know.
Toggleable category heading. Select to expand or collapse. Navigation aids. Here. Toggleable category heading now expanded. Hard. Currently visible items in this category. 3. Route and waypoints. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want navigation icons superimposed in the world during free flight and supported activities. Note that some activities will restrict the number of taxi ribbon. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want an on-screen ribbon shown in the world to guide the optimum taxi path during free flight and supported activity. Landing path. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want a series of on-screen markers shown in the world to guide the optimum approach path during free flight and supported activities. Note that some activities will restrict notification. Really. Hard. Toggleable category heading. Select to expand or collapse. Notification.
Now, as you're seeing.
Toggleable category heading now expanded. Hard. Currently visible items in this category. 5. Use right stick up and piloting and controls notifications. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want on-screen notifications about control inputs during free flight and supported activities. Note that some activities will restrict the number of supported assistance features to ensure competitive balance. Use right stick up and aircraft system. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want on-screen notifications about aircraft systems during free flight and supported activities. Note, flying tips. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want on-screen tips explaining basic aviation concepts during free flight and supported activities.
Yeah, I got rid of that.
Objectives. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want on-screen objectives recommending what actions to take during free flight and supported activities. Note that software tips. Off.
And I got rid of that.
List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want on-screen tips explaining basic simulation concepts during free flight and supported activities.
I
Note
guess
that some activities will restrict
these might be useful for someone who, like, I don't know.
Collapse this section. Currently visible items in this category. 13. Use piloting.
Now, piloting is the very massive.
Currently visible items in this category. 13.
As you're seeing,
right stick
this
up and down to scroll the section.
this is more more massive than
Press F12 to reset
what
defaults.
we have
Press
here, like what we have seen before. Now, just give me 1 sec to check chats. Let's see here, who said what? So, like I said, now, okay, so not many people said much. I cannot believe that we've been literally rolling for like nearly 2 hours. Like, this is crazy. Time flies when one's having fun. But I believe what I will do is I will finish up with this assistance and maybe do controls another day, because controls in itself is difficult to explain. It's more complicated than in P3D, but it kind of has its, you know, good points and bad points, but all that in another stream.
Auto rudder. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want rudder controls to be assisted during free flight and supported activities. When enabled, this option will help maintain level flight when in the air and help steer the aircraft when on the ground. It will also cancel out effects of any crosswind during takeoff or landing to make it easier to stay aligned with the runway. Note that some activities will restrict the number of supported assistance features to ensure assisted yoke. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want yoke controls, pitch and roll, to be assisted during free flight and supported activities. When enabled, this option will make minor corrections to maintain level flight if the controls are left alone while flying relatively straight and level. The assist is overridden whenever the user manually controls the yoke and will not trigger if the aircraft is banking at an angle of 15 degrees or above. Note that some activities will restrict the number of support. Assisted landing. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want AI assistance for throttle, pitch, flaps and landing gear during the final approach phase of free flights and supported activities. When active, this assist will attempt to adjust the above systems, but any user inputs will resume manual controls and override the AI. Note that some activities will restrict the number. Assisted takeoff. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want AI assistance for throttle, pitch, flaps and landing gear during the takeoff phase of free flights and supported activities. When active, this assist will attempt to adjust the above systems, but any user inputs will resume manual controls and override the AI.
Well, I figured that was the case.
AI radio communications, ATC. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want the AI co-pilot to manage communication with air traffic control during free flight and supported activities. Note that the AI may not always be able to anticipate your intentions in order to make the correct requests. For example, it may not automatically request landing clearance if you attempt to land at an unscheduled airport that isn't part of an existing flight plan. Use right stick up and down to scroll. AI anti-stall protection. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want the AI pilot to offer anti-stall protection during free flight and supported activities. When active, the AI will temporarily override the yoke and attempt to recover the aircraft when the angle of attack reaches unsafe levels. Note that some activities will restrict the number of supported assist. AI auto trim. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want trim controls to be assisted to maintain level flight while cruising during free flight and supported activities. Note that some activities will restrict the number of supported assistance features to ensure assisted controller sensitivity. Off. List with 2 values. Apply sensitivity tweaks to the yoke commands, allowing for easier control when using an Xbox controller. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
I'm not sure if this setting actually works on anything but an Xbox controller. Personally speaking, I have not tested it.
Gliders, tow plane takeoff assistance. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want yoke controls, pitch and roll, to be assisted during the air tow phase at the beginning of a glider flight. If enabled, a colored box will also be displayed in the world to help maintain your position in the safe area behind the tow plane. This assist will not be applicable in glider flights that begin with a winch launch. Use right stick up and down to helicopters, assisted tail rotor. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want assistance with tail rotor controls in helicopters. Use right stick up and down to helicopters, assisted cyclic. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want assistance with cyclic controls in helicopters. Use right stick up and down. Turbulence. Realistic. List with 3 values. Adjust whether you want to experience realistic turbulence throughout a flight. When this option is set to realistic, turbulence is simulated with accurate intensity for the current altitude, weather and environment. If set to medium or low, real-world turbulence values are reduced and the wind direction and speed becomes more stable. Thermals will still be present but also more consistent. Note that some activities will restrict the points of interest. Easy. Toggleable category heading. Select to expand or collapse this section. Currently visible items in this category. 7. Use points of interest.
Category over.
Heading now
Chat check.
Easy. Currently visible items in this category. 7. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Press ESC to go back. Press F12 to reset to defaults. Press =/ sign to adjust current option.
Well, if it was that easy, all of us would be flying. And Lydia, let me tell you, there's a whole bunch of stuff yet to cover. This is only part of the basic setup, let alone you know, like there's a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't yet covered. Hell, we're not even done with the options just yet. There's still the controls options to go, and then of course how to fly, which is a whole nother story. Now, the actual flying bit isn't that much different from P3D, and during the Aviation Day live stream of 2022, I did cover I did cover things like how to program the CDU, both in the 7.3 and 7.4, 7.3 and 7.37 and 7.47 variants. I mean, of course. But we'll go on with the options and then we'll see.
Smart Cam mode. Auto. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want to have the smart camera trigger automatically or manually. If automatic, the camera will automatically aim at a nearby point of interest, airport, city, etc. If manual, you can trigger the smart cam by pressing S. Use right stick up and down to landmark markers. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want landmarks to be marked with an icon in the world during free flight and supported activities. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. City markers. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want cities to be marked with an icon in the world during free flight and supported activities.
I may
Use
get
right
rid
stick up
of
and down to
those.
scroll. Airport markers.
Actually,
On.
you know what?
Off.
I'm gonna
City marker. Off. Landmark
flip
mark. Off.
all these
Use right
off.
City, airport, fauna markers. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want fauna to be marked with an icon in the world during free flight and off. Air, landmark markers. Smart cam mode. Auto. Manual. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
I guess we'll, manual.
Press ESC to go
Or,
back.
yeah,
Auto.
leave that to
Use
auto.
right, land, sit, airport markers, fauna markers. Display direction to chosen point. Off.
Aha.
List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want to display an on-screen marker if you use the flight assistant menu during a flight to target a point of interest. Use right stick up and down to
I'm
scroll
not
the section.
exactly sure what that does.
Display all labels. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want to display all navigation labels during free flight and supported activities. Use right stick up and down to user experience. Custom.
Aha.
Toggleable category heading. Select to expand or collapse
There's
the section. Currently visible items in this category. 14. Use right stick up and down. User experience.
So,
Toggleable category
in here
heading
we
now
have a
expanded.
whole heap of
Custom. Currently
things.
visible items in this category. 14.
So let's see what
Use
we
right
have
stick
in
up
here.
and down. Aerodynamic visualization. CFD. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want to display an artificial representation of computational fluid dynamics, CFD, flowing around the aircraft during a flight. Use right stick
I
up and down
mean,
to scroll
I don't
the
really
section.
understand
ATC
what
enforced
that
flight plan.
is, but
Off.
yeah.
List with 2 values. Adjust whether ATC will follow the departure and arrival procedures specified in the flight plan. If enabled, air traffic control will always default to the departure runway, arrival runway and approach procedure as defined in the original flight plan regardless of the current weather conditions. If disabled, ATC will decide the active runway and approach depending on current conditions including weather and performance. Use right stick up and down
Well,
to scroll
yeah,
the
that
section.
will be more realistic, but
Press ESC to go
personally
back.
speaking,
Press F12
since
to
I
reset
don't
defaults.
fly
Press
with
equal
the
sign / minus
default
sign to adjust current option.
ATC,
Press F11
at
to
least
apply and
not
save.
yet, and I don't know if I ever will, but yeah, for now I have it off because there's no need for it.
ATC UI panel open at start. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether the ATC interaction UI panel should be open by default at the start of a new flight. Whenever the panel is not open, it can be accessed via the in-flight toolbar menu. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Show message log in ATC menu. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether the ATC UI panel will display a log of archived messages. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. ATC voices. Off. List with 2 values. Enable or disable the ATC voice during flight. Note that ATC will still be audible during introduction cinematics regardless of this setting. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section. Checklist UI panel open at start. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether the checklist management UI panel should be open by default at the start of a new flight. Whenever the panel is not open, it can be accessed via the in-flight toolbar menu. Use right stick up and down. VFR map UI panel open at start. On. List with 2 values. Adjust whether the VFR map UI panel should be open by default at the start of a new flight.
What's that doing
Whenever
there?
the panel is not open, it can be accessed via the in-flight. Off.
Get rid
Use
of
right
that.
stick up and down. NAV log UI panel open at start. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether the NAV log UI panel should be open by default at the start of a new
Navlog.
flight.
Oh
Whenever
yeah,
the
right.
panel is not open, it can be accessed via the in-flight toolbar menu.
And that's
Use right stick up and down to scroll. AI piloting in cursor mode. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether you want the AI piloting assist to temporarily take over flight controls whenever the cursor mode is activated during flight. Note that this feature is only applicable when using an Xbox controller. Use right stick up and down to scroll the section.
Yeah, of course it will be.
Press instrument heads up display, chase cam. Minimal. List with 3 values. Adjust whether to show a full or minimal on-screen HUD while in external camera mode. Full HUD will show text and visual information on various aircraft instruments in the corners of the screen for quick visual reference. Minimal HUD will only display text information without the accompanying visuals. You can also turn the HUD off completely. Use right stick up and down to scroll the instrument heads up display,
Oh,
cockpit cam.
that's interesting.
Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether to show a minimal on-screen HUD while in cockpit camera mode. Minimal HUD will show text information on various aircraft instruments in the corners of the screen for quick visual reference. You can turn the HUD off for a more realistic experience. Use right stick up and down, instrument heads up, off. Use
I may
right stick
actually
up and
just
down
get
to
rid of
scroll,
that
instrument,
completely.
G effect. Civil aviation pilot. List with 3 values. Adjust weather to simulate loss of pilot consciousness, blackout and redout effects, when flying at extreme G-forces. If deactivated, pilots can perform extreme maneuvers without simulating loss of consciousness. If the civil aviation pilot option is enabled, pilots will have limited resistance to extreme G-forces. If the jet pilot option is enabled, pilots will have slightly improved resistance to extreme G-forces. Use right stick up and down to G-suit. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust weather to simulate the protective effects of a G-suit when flying at extreme G-forces. If enabled, pilots will be able to tolerate an additional G-force before experiencing loss of consciousness effects. If the G-effect option is deactivated, this option will have no effect. Use right stick up and down to scroll, end flight when aircraft shuts down. Off. List with 2 values. Adjust whether the post-flight logbook screen will open automatically whenever the aircraft is shut down. Use
Well,
right stick
I
up
don't
and
know
down to
about
scroll
that, but
press
yeah.
ESC to go back.
Anyway, and that appears to be our last option. So we're just going to hit F11 to save. And then we
Option
are
screen.
going to
Currently
exit out of
highlighted.
that.
Assistance options. Button to agree.
Let's see who said what.
Press ESC to go back.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, well, like I said, but yeah, I think that just about wraps it up for today. I think I've been live for, let's actually see, how long? Let's see, I've been, I've been active for like 1 hour, 50 minutes and 2 seconds. So that's pretty nice. Like, that's nearly 2 hours. So I'm just gonna shut the sim down.
Welcome menu.
And I'll show
Page
you
1 of
how
3.
you do that.
Currently highlighted.
You just hit
Discovery
escape,
flights.
and
Pop-up
what'll
window.
happen
Quick
is
Flight
this.
Simulator. Are you sure you want to exit Flight Simulator? Below are 2 buttons. 1. Yes. 2. No.
And you literally select one with the up and down arrows to,
Yes.
and you just hit enter on
Press
that.
ESC to no.
And yeah. What'll happen is it'll play some music, and then eventually that will happen. Like that. Just literally like that. But yeah, I'd like to thank everyone who joined up today. I really do appreciate you. Lydia, Armando, Melissa, I appreciate you very much. Elena and Soraya, thank you for joining us today. And I really believe that, I really hope that all of you concerned here, and doubtless the others that haven't been here and who will watch this stream later, like within weeks, months, or years, provided the channel is long enough, sticks around long enough for people to do that. I hope that will be the case. But overall, I would like to say thank you for listening, and who knows, I may start that weekly upload if I ever get round to it. I don't know. That's still a question mark, but I will say this. Great times are ahead for the channel, and I won't be abandoning it now that I've started getting more subscribers. I have noticed that, and when I get to 100 subscribers, I will definitely do something. I haven't figured out what yet, but I will definitely do something. I may ask you guys what you want me to do at 100 subscribers. Hell, I may do an early Aviation Day live stream. I don't know yet. We'll see. And also, I have to apologize for the practically non-existent Aviation Day live stream this year. I was just in the middle of the Leaving Cert exams, and yeah, it wasn't too great. What do you mean by that? Oh, right. But yeah, anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, basically, I don't know. We'll see. Whenever I get to 100 subscribers, I will decide what to do. But yes, it will be something fun, I think. And I may actually do something online. Like, some people maybe might be able to join me in. I don't know, like something. I don't know. Oh, and also, for those that didn't know and who aren't on the mailing list and haven't really been paying attention to the audiogames.net forum, Eurofly Free is coming out, so that should be fun in just about 4 days from now. So that should be fun. I don't know what, like, that'll definitely be covered on the channel as soon as I actually know how to fly, which might be a while. I am not, I'm not saying that it'll be pretty interesting, I think. It's like, yeah. I just need to remember before that I need to set up Restream what do you call it? Not before. What do you call it? Ah, yes, I need to set up Restream before I actually start up the broadcast, because that was the reason I was a bit late coming online. But at least it actually worked. So, yeah, to everyone out there, I thank you for joining us, and I very much hope that you'll join us next time whenever I do a stream, which, like I said, will be shown up, a while before, like about a week or maybe 2 in advance. But yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time. Audio Games